Welcome back to Keep Up channel. John Torode is sacked from MasterChef after Gregg Wallace report found he used extremely offensive racist term in the workplace. John Torode has been sacked from MasterChef after a report into his co-host Gregg Wallace found he had used an extremely offensive racist term. The MasterChef star announced the finding in a social media post last night, but he insisted it had no recollection of the incident and did not believe it happened. However, Banijay UK, the production company that makes the show, said it had decided not to renew his contract. The move came after BBC Director General notably failed to back Torode and said he expects action to be taken following the racism allegations. He delivered the remarks as the BBC released its annual report, an occasion overshadowed by controversies for the second year in a row. Last year's was published amid the fallout from the Who Edwards scandal. Mr. Davey said the cookery show can still survive and prosper at the BBC following Wallace's sacking after dozens of complaints against him were upheld, along with a complaint that Torode once used racist language. Asked about the Torode racism row, Mr. Davey said, "The BBC in some ways are quite simple on this. If someone is found to not live up to our values, we expect the independent company, Banijay in this case, to take action and report back to us on what they have done. These are not BBC employees, but we absolutely expect action to be taken." The Director General added, "I think it's a great program that's well loved by audiences is much bigger than individuals. It absolutely can survive and prosper, but we've got to make sure we're in the right place in terms of the culture of the show." A BBC spokesperson said, John Torode has identified himself as having an upheld allegation of using racist language against him. This allegation, which involves an extremely offensive racist term being used in the workplace, was investigated and substantiated by the independent investigation led by the law firm, Lewis Silkin. John Torode denies the allegation. He has stated he has no recollection of the alleged incident and does not believe that it happened. He also says that any racial language is wholly unacceptable in any environment. The BBC takes this upheld finding extremely seriously. "We will not tolerate racist language of any kind and, as we have already said, we told Banijay UK, the makers of MasterChef, that action must be taken. John Torode's contract on MasterChef will not be renewed." A Banijay spokesperson said, in response to John Torode's statement, "It is important to stress that Banijay UK takes this matter incredibly seriously." The legal team at Lewis Silkin that investigated the allegations relating to Gregg Wallace also substantiated an accusation of highly offensive racist language against John Torode which occurred in 2018. This matter has been formally discussed with John Torode by Banijay UK, and whilst we note that John says he does not recall the incident, Lewis Silkin have upheld the very serious complaint. Banijay UK and the BBC are agreed that we will not renew his contract on MasterChef. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.